Yeah, I'll be making my famous iron bombs. These are meat patties with a special mixture of spices and herbs. So just going quickly on the ingredients. Obviously we need some mince. It can be either beef or lamb or pork or anything, whatever mince you like. Mixing two types of mince can actually work quite well sometimes. We'll need some garlic. I use garlic mince. We'll need some chili. I use mashed chili. Pesto can be a nice idea, but it's not a must. Olive oil. The greens, I'll be using a silverbeet, but you can use other greens, for example spinach if you like. The spices I'll be using today are rosemary and thyme. These are the most important ones. And also cumin seeds, ground up cumin seeds. The less important spices, that's mostly depending on your taste, is sweet paprika, for example in my case, or black pepper and some curry powder. We'll also need an egg. The first stage is making the green juice, which would contain all the herbs and spices and a whole lot. And for that we'll need a mixer. So I'll start making the green juice now. We start by slicing the silverbeet and just putting it into the mixer. And the next, we're going to start adding the spices and herbs. The first thing we'll add is an egg. And then we'll keep on by adding some olive oil. Use about, I'd say, 4 or 5 tablespoons. I really like olive oil, so I usually end up adding quite a lot more than necessary. And adding the garlic and the chili. I usually add 1 tablespoon of garlic and half a tablespoon or 1/4 tablespoon of chili. And in my case, I also add a little bit of pesto, the smallest spoon for that. Now we're going to start mincing this thing all up together. That's a little bit hard and takes a little bit of patience. Munching the whole thing up initially is a little bit hard. I usually use a wooden spoon, so I just munch it for a little while and then I just push it in like that, or so, and then I munch it a little bit more, and so on. And slowly, just for the first initial stage of getting things blending in. But as soon as the whole thing starts blending up, the whole thing is going to turn into a juice. We really want it to be very liquidy. If you find it very hard, then usually adding a little bit more liquid, such as an egg, into the mixture would make the whole mixing procedure much easier. You can also add a little bit olive oil. Try not to add water and things like that, because that would make this thing a bit tasteless and thin. A little bit of persistence, and a minute later you could see that the whole thing is very thin and starting to look like some kind of a shake or something, one of these healthy shakes. So we're going to keep on going like that. Eventually we get a bit more of thin consistency, and now it's the time to actually start adding the herbs. So I'm going to add about 1 or half a teaspoon of cumin. I've been making this recipe quite a lot of times, so I'm sort of used to the quantities without actually using a teaspoon, but believe me, that's about half a teaspoon. And about 1 teaspoon of rosemary and 1 teaspoon of thyme. Now, I just love thyme. I have thyme in literally most of the dishes I make, especially Middle Eastern dishes. On the other hand, thyme usually doesn't work so well in Asian cooking, but this is really more of a Middle Eastern type dish. And now we keep on going. I'll add a little bit of paprika Again, about one teaspoon of paprika, and maybe about half a teaspoon of curry powder, and a little bit of pepper, depending really on your taste. And I'm going to give it a little bit more of a mix. We're going to keep on blending the thing till we actually get to a very thin consistency, really just like one of these healthy shakes or like green juice. So we'll put about 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of tahini into the mixture. And that will be about enough. And we're going to start mixing it up again to create a thicker mixture. Now when the mixture is ready, you can see it's not too thick, but not too thin either, and it has a nice consistency, almost like honey in a way. We put it together with the mince, the whole lot, and we're going to start mixing the whole thing up. The best way to go about doing that is literally just to mix it up with your hands, right? And we're going to mix it up with our hands till we get one big chunk of green mince looking mixture. Just keep on going like that. Now when we finish making the mixture, it's very much like dough, as you can see, almost look like the stuff you make bread out of. We're going to start cooking with this. There's lots and lots of recipes we can actually create. Things that are more Asian tasting with coconut cream, things that are more Middle Eastern cooking with tomatoes, things that are more European just with creating a patty. Just now I'm going to make a quick patty for lunch, and they usually come out awesome. I'll just make a couple of these for lunch, and believe me, you'll be very popular if you start bringing these to parties.